Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to another casual RTA video preseason edition, where I kind of just try out different units or do kind of weird, weird team compositions that should not work. But these are all pre-recorded, so I'll just be talking over some of the matches that I recorded these past couple days that I've been playing casually, just trying to like get a feel for what the meta may become and what's going to be still relevant or things that are going to be problematic. So I banned C. Lilius just because I realize that I just don't necessarily like drafting her. I feel like my C. Lilius doesn't do what I need her to do, or everybody already has an answer for her, so I just feel like drafting her is just like is working against me, and that I just stopped. I'm basically just stopping altogether drafting her unless I can like really predict where they're gonna go. So they first picked Rimuru, and then I picked Calric, who is an amazing answer to Rimuru, and I picked Solitaria, only because my Solitaria is just as fast as my Calric, and if they ban Calric, Solitaria can answer Rimuru for one turn, and if they ban Solitaria, then obviously Calric can do that, so that's kind of why I have them there. I'm seeing that they picked Violet, which tells me they are most definitely banning Solitaria, because I don't see why you would willingly pick Violet when there is a Solitaria, like I've already been picked. Um, doesn't seem like the smartest idea. So I think I'm contemplating who to pick here. I actually think a while about this, but I was trying to think of whether or not I go for somebody along the lines of like Spectine or something along that, but they have the lion. And I was trying to think of whether or not it's worth banning her and then picking Spectine because they don't have reach for her. But I ended up picking Rylait just because I like the RNG factor of hoping that that I actually hit, or I actually don't get hit by whoever I'm up against. But it does really suck picking Rylait into Rimuru just because of the fact that Rimuru can grant his entire team evasion, which can really suck for one turn. Um, so they pick, uh, what is her name? Sermia, a Lionheart. Yeah, that's who it is. And I immediately go like, oh, this is definitely a good Landy game. Just because I wanted to pair her with C. Armin. Not C. Armin. C. Armin is who I ban here, just to get rid of the damage mitigation. Just to pair well with Bad Cat Armin. That is that's who I mean. They banned Solitaria, which is expected, which kind of allowed me the freedom to kind of pick whoever I wanted to at the end of the day. I decided to have Landy be my most front unit to pair with Bad Cat Armin, who I actually think most people think Bad Cat Armin pairs well with like your typical Spectine Landy type of synergies, but I really think Bad Cat Armin synergize very well with people who benefit off of focus gain. And what I mean by that is like Rylait getting his focus up to 5 is faster or a lot sooner because he's counterattacking C because of Bad Cat Armin's passive is actually really good. And the same goes for who else? The same goes for Milim. I think Milim's also probably a really good synergy. Those two units are very hard to kill because of their evasion, while also having a lot of value from getting their passive up sooner rather than later. So essentially, I turn reset the Rimuru as you saw, and then I went into the S3 to push my um, my Rylait ahead so that he can basically one-shot the Lionheart. And at this point, um, the match is basically over. I feel like RNG would have to be very much against me on all accords for Violet to solo all 4 of my units. Like all 4 of them, like that is very difficult for a Violet to do when he only has like a 55% chance to invade. So yeah. But essentially, as you will notice, this is where my game starts to lag like crazy out of nowhere. Like really badly. It was like during the match too, and I was just like, okay, like what is going on here? But yeah, my apologies for that. All the other matches I don't think lag like this. I don't think. I hope not. I RNG hope that I hit the Violet here. I don't. Just whatever. He hits me though. Yeah. And I think he just goes for the kill on me. On my Cowrick there, just because it's just an easy target. And he also can't really hit anybody else. Because everybody else is like either stealth or he's not really gonna get much benefit from attacking them. But yes, I think I hit him. No, I don't. I don't hit him here. But I do hit him with Landy. I'm pretty sure. And as you see that those frames are like non-existent. I don't know what happened here or what was going on. I was like, if you pay close attention to my mouse, I'm like clicking around. Or at least I think I stopped, but I was clicking around, or I think I went to do that to try to like fix and figure out what was going on with this game. But yeah, my Landy hits here, and that basically concludes this match and whatnot. Um, yeah, matchmaking, it's kind of crazy. This person, I accidentally ended up knocking them out of Emperor, which kind of sucks for them. But, you know, matchmaking never works in your favor. Alrighty, and in this match, we are up against. I honestly don't know what happens here. I contemplate banning. I start banning AOL now just because of the fact that Huayang is a unit. I can't necessarily safely draft Mediator Cowrick first, due to the fact that he could just get one shot, which really sucks to go up against. So they go with Miss Girl, the other speed contester that I cannot stand and normally ban, but I picked Rand just to scare them, even though my Rand most definitely would not be faster than her, but I pick him as a threat just to be scary. Which I think is honestly a really good drafting strategy. If you are in a situation where you're like, oh no, they picked a speed contester, just pick your speed contester and hope that they'd be scared of it. That's basically what I do. I hope that they're scared of it and that they banned it, you know, because I'm gonna ban theirs, most definitely. But yeah, I go with Violet because he's really good into Para, and I also pick Calric just to deal with Rimuru. Pick Bad Cut Armin again, just for the funs. Been trying to like test her out and try to like make her work in RTA since I built her on Impulse. I still haven't mullet her, as you can see. I probably won't mullet her until after the collab unit is released. That's when I'll mullet her just so I can like know if wasting my mullet on this unit is actually worth it. But I'm expecting the collab unit to be very overpowered. Probably going to be what pushes Rimuru off the meta, essentially, in my opinion, most likely. So I go with Landy to pair with Bad Cat, and I ban their speed contester, obviously. What I thought was weird here is that they picked Brim. I don't know why they picked Rim here, because I have two green. Rim can't hit Violet at all. I would say Violet is probably one of the biggest counters to Rim, or like safest counters into Rim, because she literally cannot hit him. So it was kind of weird seeing Rim get drafted here. I think they would have been better off with like a carrot pick or somebody along those lines. It would have been a lot better or a lot more beneficial for them. I go into the Rim just to not have to deal with the counterattack because I do not want to get my Calric knocked out of stealth. And their Solitario is actually relatively slow in comparison to like how my Solitario is built. So I was actually expecting her to like fully essentially just contest my speed and be the first person on the board to go, which would really suck, especially for my Calric, but no, they were relatively slow. I think they go in for the strip and stun essentially, which end up proccing Landy's or Backhand Armin's counterattack, which they emote about because I think they were a little surprised. Maybe they don't know what Backhand Armin actually does, so they're kind of confused. So I immediately soul burn because I might as well use it, because I want to essentially try to get Rim off of the board. Because if Rim's gone, then there's really no way they could win this, like at all. Champion Zerato, sadly, cannot solo a team, to say the least. We just can't do it.
I'll show you how a hero does things.
I go into Solitaria here just to get her out, just in case if this Champ Z could solo. I don't want the possibility of that happening by her stun locking my entire team. And then I hit him with one last S3, but they actually forfeit before I could do that. So yeah. Alright, these fights take place on a different day. And these fights were pretty interesting. If this is the one fight that I hope it is, this was like a very much a nail biter. And if not, it's the last fight of this video. So I decide to start banning Ran because I can deal with all the other speed contesters reliably. I cannot deal with a full team defense break paired with some other cleave unit, that like an RB or something. I realize I cannot deal with that after a couple losses, and I just start banning Ran. So they ban APOC Ravi, a reasonable ban. She is still very much annoying and hard to deal with. I pick Rimuru, safe early pick. You can never go wrong here. I also get so tired of getting RNG like just destroyed by Rimurus that I just would rather it be on my side than on their side. They pick C. Lilius, who at this point I don't really care about. I just ban it. It is what it is. I just like, you know, it's whatever. Actually, I think this is the fight that I get completely obliterated by Hwayong and Hwayong alone. I'm pretty sure this is the fight. And I left it in here just to show how strong she is and how she can really mess somebody up. I think I picked Solitaria here because I wanted a way to kind of shut down her for the most part, just to deal with, because I don't have Kisei built, so I wanted a way to kind of like deal with her. I don't have AOL, so I can't like put unbuffable. So yeah, I don't have like those answers. Actually, this isn't the fight. I actually do think I win this. I am not for sure. We'll see. I am not for sure if I lose this or I win this. I'm pretty sure I win this. So they pick this team, which I thought was kind of interesting because I'm like, okay, what do I pick here? It's weird that they pick Archdemon paired with they didn't really have much setup for the Caesarea, so I'm looking at this as an opportunity to pick Politis to counter the Caesarea and kind of counter C. Lilius as well. Since Politis is still on the board, she's a safe or good pick. Into this, I was thinking about it, and then I decided to go with it because she kind of counters at least two of their units. They also pick Archdemon and 2 Solitaria, which I also thought was kind of interesting. which led me to believe that they were planning on banning Solitaria, but I think they changed their mind after seeing what I picked. So I picked Infernal Kawazu purely to disencourage them from cleaving and make it so that they couldn't really cleave if they wanted to, or pick like Para or something along those lines, because Infernal Kawazu will push himself up and one-shot the Summertime Iseria. He's basically my way to deal with those kind of cleaves. So they pick Violet, which I guess they're just gonna hope for the RNG soloing, which I don't see. The odds are definitely in my favor, given the fact that I have a Solitaria and I have 2 fire units. They banned Calric, which I was kind of surprised about. I didn't really think Calric was necessarily needed to be banned at all, actually. I think that they would have done better banning Solitaria so their Violet can actually be useful. Because I think leaving Solitaria open when you have Violet on the field very much makes him not as good and hard for him to pop off. Because if you use your S3, you don't get the turn reset, so you lose like 35% evasion by S3, essentially, when Solitaria is on the board. I don't get the stun off, sadly, but it is fine. I go ahead and get rid of the Summertime Iseria, just because I don't want to be controlled and bombed to death, because one counterattack from the Archdemon could really mess up my whole team and put bombs on everybody. Wei Young goes into my Rimuru, who I have unproved. I also have him built relatively tanky, but probably just as tanky as how people build their Wei Youngs. Essentially so that people can attempt to one-shot him, but they're not really going to with their S3. I go in on S3 the Hwayoung so I can defense break everybody, and then I go into Politis. I think I hit everybody here, do a ton of damage. Not really, I actually don't do that much damage, it's kind of embarrassing. I actually don't do that much damage, awkward. But it's whatever. At this point, the match is basically mine. Once again, they go back into Rimuru. And this is what I'm talking about. Archdemon fucking this. And if Summertime Iseria was alive, it would have really messed me up. Like, really badly. Their Violet goes for the cleanse. And I think they were completely forgetting about Politis' existence. I missed on the Violet, and I don't kill that Hwayoung, which was kind of sad. Seeing her live with like so little HP. That was like kind of funny. So I hope to hit the Violet. If I stun him, it's definitely over. But either way, Solitaria's permanently stealth. There's no way for him to really pop off. I'm contemplating hitting the Violet or hitting the Archdemon, again just to kill her. But I think they forfeit here, yeah. They forfeit. So that's that. Alright, and now we're on to our last match of this video, and this is the Nail Biter. This is the one that I thought I was going to lose 100%, but you always play to the end, because you never know what will happen. The RNG people might, or gods or whatever, might be on your side. So once again, still banning Rand, just because I can't deal with a team-wide defense break. What do they first pick? I do not recall. They are thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I was like Oxlots. Hold on. And they picked Fallen CC, who I always want to ban Fallen CC whenever I go up against it, because that barrier and that damage mitigation is insane and very hard to deal with. But yeah, I go into Rimuru just because she can proc his instance Assist and Analysis. I think that's what his pass was called. And then I picked Solitaria just to discourage any Violets, Rylets, and everything in between. So I pick her for that purpose.
I'll deal with
They pick Apoc Robbie and Badcat Armin, which I think could be a good synergy. Another, good pairing I think Badcat Armin works well with is tankier teams. So having a full bruiser comp and then having Badcat Armin there to increase the damage of your DPS like an Apoc Robbie, as well as getting that counterattack off, can really do a lot. Here they pick Flitica and a Rylet. So looking at this, I am pretty positive that they are banning Solitaria because they willingly pick Rylet. But they have real reach into Spectine, so I pick her. Because they lack reach, essentially, into Spectine. And I ban Flitica because I know that if they do so for some reason leave Solitaria open, that my Solitaria most likely will be the same speed or not fast enough, so I essentially did that for safety. So here we go. They so happen to have a Speed Rylet.
You fight as if you have 9 lives. Your life.
Which is fine. Most speed Rylets are built to go first and one-shot somebody, but once again, my Proof of Valor tanky Rimuru survives with barely any HP. I'm cutting him in front. I go for the S3 on Badcat Armin. Also, side note, I don't think they knew how Badcat Armin works fully, because they should have had their Rylet in the front, and I think that's kind of lost in the game, is not having their Rylet in the front for the counterattack, because that would have killed my Rimuru, and it would have gave him a stack of his focus, which plays a very big important part later on in this video as to how I win. Because yeah, see, Badcat Armin didn't kill there, and she would have killed if she, or Rimuru would have been dead if Rylet was in front for Badcat Armin's passive. I can contemplate who I should go in on, and I go in on Apoc Robbie purely because Apoc Robbie can S3 and bring back the Fallen CC if she wanted to. This is basically forcing Fallen CC to kill the Rimuru, so I don't have to worry about Apoc Robbie S3ing and killing the Rimuru and bringing a teammate back. In this case, I just go for, just so I can speed myself up and lap them, for the S3. I didn't say that part.
Your life ends here.
I think about what they're gonna do here, and they fully send it, right? They fully send it on to my girl, and they fail to kill her. And then Rylet, this is also another reason why they probably kind of lost this, is because Rylet didn't crit. You gotta have your DPSs to 100% crit, or they will mess you up and cause you to lose a fight. So we have this going on. She counterattacks, which kind of sucks for me.
If you're scared, run.
And then I start going in on the Fallen CC, because I need to get rid of this damage mitigation, because I realized the reason why they are able to withstand all of this is because I lack the ability to kill them through that damage mitigation. So we go in, I go in on the FCC to get a shield up. I don't want to deal with a counterattack, and I don't want to give Rylet any more focus.
Know your place.
My Spectane then goes... I think I kill... Yeah, I kill the
I will shape my own future.
FCC there. Because so many people have died, I think my Spectane's passive is at full. And here we go. It's kind of a nail biter here because of the fact that I have to hit Rylet. So I soul burn, I hope to hit him, and I do. And it literally one-shots him. And yeah, it really, they're very confused by that too, yeah. If that didn't hit Rylet, he would have S3'd and probably killed my Spectane. It would have most likely lead to me losing that battle. But luckily, we did pull through with that RNG. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It does mean a lot, and it helps out my channel grow. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!